Hello everyone, I am Shobh Nimble from Integrated MSc Physics, IIT Roorkee, and today I'll explain the topic optocoupler, and this video is under the course PHN 310 Applied Instrumentation. And first of all, I'll explain about optocoupler. So it is also called as photocoupler, and basically it consists of two isolated circuits. And now I'll explain this by a circuit diagram. So here is the circuit diagram. So the circuit diagram contains two circuits, one is primary one and one is secondary one. So whenever we pass voltage through the primary circuits, photon pass from the primary to the secondary circuit, and the phototransistor detects this circuit and the overall circuit gets completed. But whenever there is some interruption in the between, so the circuit breaks, and this break of circuit leads to some applications in our day-to-day life. And also this light which is used is infrared light. And now I'll explain this experiment through some observations. So first of all, I'll take the plastic material, and before taking the observations, I'll reset this button, and the count becomes 0 0 0, so that we can get accurate measurements. And now I'll check my first observation. So here is some plastic material and it's transparent, so the count doesn't increase. And now I'll check with the steel material which is opaque, so the count is increasing. So from this we can observe that we need an opaque material so that the circuit breaks. And now I'll take one more opaque object of some thickness. So the count doesn't increase. So what that means? It means that the thickness was not enough. The thickness is GSM 60. So it was not enough for the circuit to break and to block the circuit. So now I'll fold this object so the thickness becomes double. And now I'll place this object, and now you can see this light, and this light shows that the circuit the circuit breaks now. After testing various samples, now we come to the conclusions. So conclusions are that object must be of minimum thickness so that it breaks the circuit. And the second conclusion is that we must have opaque objects so that the circuit breaks, and transparent objects are unable to break the circuit. Now I have made a table, observation table. In this I have mentioned sample object and if it breaks the circuit or not. So if I take A4 paper of GSM 60 size, so the circuit doesn't break. But if I fold the paper and the thickness becomes double, so the circuits breaks and the count increases by 1. So this shows that we must have a minimum thickness of the paper, so that minimum thickness of even any object, so that the circuit breaks. Now if a object is translucent, then what happens? Then the circuit doesn't break, so the count will not increase. If there is a steel scale which is opaque, definitely, so the circuit breaks. So for any metallic object, circuits break. For wood, it's also opaque, so circuit break. And for plastic scale which is transparent, I have taken here, so the circuit doesn't break. Now I come to precautions. So one must wear shoes before going to lab or doing any experiment, because you must protect yourself from electric shocks, which is very necessary. And also in this experiment, as you can see in the figure, there is a 3-digit count which is counter. So you need to press the reset button so that the counter becomes 000, so that you can get accurate measurements. Now, also you can do one thing is that take opaque objects which is big enough so that it can be detected, otherwise counter will not work properly. Now I'll come to advantages of optocoupler. First of all, it is compact and has less weight, so which is very good for an instrument. Low cost, works very fast, and also it creates less noise, and the optocoupler works well on either AC or DC high voltage signals. It is also used in number of sensor applications to sense the presence of physical objects. The lifetime of optocoupler can exceed several decades. It offers a very good response at lower frequencies. No contact bounce, no interference caused by arcs via the circuitry. It consumes less power, which is again very essential advantage of an instrument. It has a high switching frequency due to short switch on and switch off times. Now, after advantages, I will come to disadvantages. So optocouplers are not capable to handle high currents, and optocoupler needs external biasing voltage for its operation, and the high frequency response is very poor. Optocouplers using phototransistor do not have such good linear relationship between the changes in light input and output current as photodiode types. Now, after discussing advantages and disadvantages, I come to applications of optocoupler, which is very necessary to know, because first of all, we should know that where to apply one instrument before studying it. Input and output switching, especially in electronically noisy environments. Switch mode power supplies. It's used in signal isolation, power control, PC or modem communications, used for ground isolations, used in high voltage monitoring circuits, also used in light control circuits, used in dimmer circuits. Optocoupler are also used in medical devices where a patient has to be protected from any risk of electrical shock, and this is a very important applications of optocoupler. Thank you all, and I wish all the best to all of you, those who are going to do this experiment. And also I feel that I hope that this video was informative to you, and thank you for having patience to watch this video. Thank you all. Have a nice day.